Sentinels were never your family. They did not choose to become slaves to hate.
Odds may be bad, but the cards are always in the X-Men's favor.
Damn.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. Well, what are our thoughts?
Ah,
I need to take this mask off because I got a headache.
aw. Like,
What do you rank it though? If you were to, I wouldn't.
oh no, I love the show. It's I think it's written really, really well. Um, like they went past my expectations
Yeah.
because I was concerned, taking something from, the actual 90s and making it still fit, like it's still the 90s without losing your attention or being too corny or any of those other things. And they're able to, it's like magic. They formed it all together. New, old, I think everybody enjoys it, even though it makes you mad half of the time. But,
Oh yeah.
Enjoy it.
I was expecting. I thought Gambit was going to come back. I mean, I guess with the introduction of time travel now that they've gone through time, I'm assuming he'll be back next season. That's my.
Yeah.
Any
I
predictions?
was thinking he, like, when we saw Cable, like, it's going to be like changed back, and then I was like, okay, is he going to turn into Death? Because there's also the scene where they have Xavier finds out about Gambit, right? Has passed away, and they flash for a moment. He looks like Death
Right.
when they do that little flash, and they do the whole skeleton through him, and he's like interacting. So it made me think, did he become Death or something in that moment? Except we don't get to find out until later.
Yeah. With the whole like Genosha situation, like obviously I was just expecting Gambit to come back. It's like, okay, he can't be gone. But then when they started showing that Cable was being pulled away from Genosha time and time again, every single time he goes back, that sort of solidified the fact that Gambit is actually dead. But in the sense of like the end, that little ending teaser, him pulling the card out the ground and then mentioning Death, which Gambit was Death in the Four Horsemen. I think next season that's what we'll be seeing is the Four Horsemen and Gambit coming back as Death.
So you think that it'll be Apocalypse that'll resurrect him, and then I guess the X-Men will have to try to find a way to bring him back from Apocalypse's control to turn him back into what he used to be.
Think so.
That's a good.
Either that or something going on with the multiverse.
With the multiverse,
They
yeah.
Because they keep on showing these, like Magneto messed something up, and when he like turned off the world, and you saw like universe, like I don't know, and then there's the whole thing that everyone keeps on talking about, except I haven't seen him for a while now, is the Watcher. That was in the background that I had mentioned before.
I saw the Watcher in the first episode. I didn't catch him there have been people saying that they saw the Watcher in every episode, but I didn't catch him since the first episode.
I think I've seen three different ones, but that's it. And after we got to a certain point, I didn't see him anymore. But I wasn't looking that hard. I kind of ignored it the first time I saw it. I was like, okay, yeah, he's there. Like he's always there. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I think they for sure showed him on the Genosha episode.
Oh yeah.
Or at least that's when I saw people were mentioning that they saw him.
Pointing him out, yeah. What about all the how about how many cameos did you guys spot? Like we obviously like Captain America. Who else did you guys catch?
Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic. Daredevil. I saw Spider-Man and Mary Jane. They weren't dressed up. They were just standing in the window looking at
Normal,
the TV.
Yeah.
Silver Samurai. We saw.
Oh yeah, he looked cool. I like that.
You got Iron Man, obviously.
Captain
Not
America.
T'Challa. T'Challa's dad. Kataka was it? What's the? Oh man, forgot his dad's name.
You had mentioned who was it? Cloak and Dagger. You said.
And Cloak and Dagger. Yeah.
What was that? Wasn't Black Panther too?
Black Panther. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
Black.
what I
Well,
thought.
yeah, his father.
Oh, okay.
As was because I was like, no, it wouldn't be T'Challa. It would T'Challa's father. I forgot how to pronounce his name. T'Chaka. Yeah, okay, that's what I was. I knew it was. Yeah, close to that. Yeah, T'Chaka. That's who that was because he had
Yeah.
the cape, the cape and everything.
hmm
So
Doctor Strange.
and Doctor Strange. Yeah, that was some good cameos. Overall, also from what I read, the second season was completed by the showrunner that was recently fired. That everybody's like, bring him back because this show is getting so awesome. So at least season 2 will have the same vein. But
Okay.
after that, do you think? Do you think? Do you? I'm still curious. I guess I don't want to just repeat the same old like what if and like drama if there is any. But I wonder whatever he did to be let go, is it that bad? Can he be brought back? I mean, come on, like,
Mhm.
but it might.
Don't know
It
what he
just.
did. Um, there's a lot of things like that could have happened, or just small things where I don't know, because they don't know the story. Like there's so many reasons to let go
Office
for
Well,
so
yeah.
long.
politics. He stole all the paper
I've,
clips.
Yeah.
I've got the Witcher vibe going on right now, where we get the
No.
good season 1 and season 2, and
And then
then
No.
Liam Neeson is Cyclops.
Oh no. But Dustin, do you remember like the guy that they said that was possibly being cast as a Wolverine in a live action was Theo James? Was that the name?
that sounds familiar.
Because it's the voice of Bastion is Theo
Hmm.
James. And I
Oh,
remember
okay.
everybody got excited because they're like, he's making like a cameo voice in X-Men and nobody knew who he was gonna be. And I didn't know why everybody was excited, but then knowing that he's being connected to he may be the next Wolverine.
Hmm.
And I was like, well, that's interesting because they
That
had him voice Bastion,
that would be
if
yeah,
that's true.
that would be cool. Okay, I got one final question. Overall, what are your thoughts on the future for the MCU? So as far as I guess after the Avengers movie, Secret Wars happens, and I guess I'm assuming there's going to be this big universal multiverse reset, and then the
It's
X
like, oh,
Men will
there's
be
another movie.
and the X Men will be introduced properly. Do you think? I believe that the movies moving forward after that will we like the way this cartoon was. I think that it will be more focused on mutants and the X Men, individually, and then the X Men movies will be like the equivalent of the Avengers. Like it'll be a Gambit movie, a Storm movie, and then X Men will be when they all come together. But I think that they'll sprinkle in like Iron Man and Captain America in the background the way they did it in this cartoon. That's what I'm thinking moving
Beckham.
forward. What do you guys think?
Yeah. If they do that, all I'm saying is that please do Gambit justice
Oh yeah.
and don't cast him as Channing Tatum.
Okay. Do you think Channing Tatum's Gambit is going to be in Deadpool 3 and Wolverine?
He
That's
was.
what's supposedly confirmed.
At least as
Yeah,
a joke,
I
just
saw
to.
it confirmed. And
Uh,
now they're saying it's more than a cameo. And I was like, I hope not.
You're
I,
not. You
I
guys
wish
I
aren't
it
hope
team.
they
wasn't
don't
a
get hate
joke.
for that.
You guys aren't team Channing
Please.
Tatum. You don't want to hear him try that Cajun accent.
Hell no.
Bust some dance
That-
moves.
they could have just called me.
He's real Cajun, so.
Yeah, real Louisiana Cajun Gambit here.
There you go.
Channing Tatum can kick rocks. Get him out of there.
Like, get out of the way,
No,
dance boy.
there's just the wrong vibe comes from him. Where Gambit's got this more like classy. I don't know. Like
He's more
it just
charming.
doesn't.
Channing Tatum's
Yeah.
just this big frat boy musclehead.
You don't think he'll
Very
bring the
judgmental right now.
what's the stripper movie that he did? You don't think he'll bring that sexy
Oh,
Magic Mike?
man.
magic? You don't think
There
he'll
was-
bring the magic Mike? I mean, because Gambit has that staff, so that's the magic Mike,
No.
right?
Oh man. This
No.
I foresee nothing but disappointment in the future of Channing Tatum being Gambit.
I don't think he's gonna be Gambit moving forward. I think it's just gonna be a one and done, just to get it out the way.
Cameo.
He'll be destroyed in the
Yeah.
multiverse, and then he'll because he's I think he's too I think is the time is come and gone. That the time when they first were thinking about it, I think that was the perfect time for him. Maybe 2 movies, maybe 3, maybe I don't know. But now
We
no.
know Deadpool.
In and out.
Deadpool likes to make jokes. He
Yeah.
likes to have somebody show up and then he just explodes them.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't you
Yeah.
don't know what kind of
Okay,
like
okay.
things
How funny would that be? Channing Tatum shows up, gets like 2 or 3, just like how Brad Pitt, with just a few seconds, blows up.
It would certainly make me happy, but it would still make me sad because it's
It's
Gambit,
Gambit.
and Gambit already doesn't get enough love. Like
And
they
and then
leave him out of everything.
the Gambit from the first Wolverine movie shows up and goes, "No, I'm Gambit."
That would be a significant upgrade to Channing Tatum. I would be okay
He
with
wasn't a
that.
bad Gambit, so
They just didn't do him justice, I feel.
he didn't get a lot of airtime.
Yeah.
I don't know. As far as I don't know. I worry because I feel like the Avengers, when they did the Avengers movies, there was something that started to lack. Like you just kind of, I don't know, it was empty after a while.
Mm-hmm.
And even with the old X-Men movies, there was something missing. Even though I loved like a lot of the actors, like they chose some strong actors in there
Yeah.
that were very fitting. And the stories weren't really horrible, not all of them anyway.
Mhm.
And it just there's still something missing. Like if we do more animated stuff, then sure, I think there may be more room of success with the animated stuff. Like I don't know why it's so complicated when it transitions to film, like live action film. But maybe even with the writer changing, like we still have a chance for season 3 to find itself. It just may have a little
Yeah.
bit of a different flavor. But
Yeah.
who knows? We may want that flavor because we may be kind of tired of
I
the
know,
stress
I-
of the last season.
I 100% agree. I just what I worry about is that because this season 1 was such a success that people like the detractors who like to try to build this discord on and this negativity, they'll latch on to this man being fired, and then if there's ever like one episode that's bad, it'll be like, oh, it's because they fired
ruined
that
it.
guy. Like it just, I mean, not every episode on this season was perfect. There was some episodes
Yeah.
that I didn't like more than others, but I'm just saying that, like, watch after like in season 2 and season 3, if there's a season 3, watch whenever there's one bad episode, it's gonna be Kevin Feige. You shouldn't have fired that guy, and that's why, and or it's woke or something like it's just gonna be. It's never gonna end with people's negativity.
Yeah.
People always have something.
I always got
And
something.
there's always going to be something that they're going to say that sucks or whatever. That was one of the things like I've even talked about. There's directors that have made like amazing films, and then the one moment that they don't, oh, they're not a good director.
Yeah, they're not a good
anymore.
director anymore.
And it's like
Yeah.
they just had one. Like the next one probably will be good. Like leave them alone.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they suck or they sold out. Like
Right.
get off their back.
Right.
Like,
100. Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, I mean, we've all had a bad day at the office. Well, except me. I mean, I'm perfect, but but I mean, no, you're right. I mean, we're never. I mean, as much as we love a comeback story, but it's just like nowadays, it's like people love to just like whenever people fall, they just like to keep that foot on their neck. Like, nope, you suck forever now. Like, wow.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel good about this this animated this series. I think it's gonna be
I do too.
pretty good. I mean, but as far as for movies though, do you think? But what do you think about that idea? Do you think for movies, do you think they're gonna do the individual, like a Wolverine movie, then a Gambit movie, and a Storm movie, then do the X-Men as a team, or do you think they'll start off with X-Men as a team, and then just always do it that way? What would you prefer?
I think I would prefer to see the team to be comfortable with the characters first.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
see who they are, and then you get seeing them singled out like their stories in their
Yeah.
own time. Because it's like you watch it and you may feel nothing. Like it's kind of like if we we had like a character that was just brand new actor, everything, and people are not gonna want to pay attention as much to it. But if they see it in a
Yeah,
previous movie, like then it will catch their interest of, okay, I want to know more about this character, or I want
it's
to
like
see.
where's this coming from? Like, oh, suddenly there's an Independent Storm movie or whatever. It's like, oh, out of the blue. Like, and yeah, I agree. I think they should definitely do like a team first, so everyone can like sort of get reiterated with all the characters and get used to the actors that are playing those characters.
Right. Like how they're doing with like Fantastic Four. Yeah, they're not doing a Invisible Woman movie first, and yeah, they're gonna just go straight to the Fantastic Four. Or do you think, or maybe or maybe the Avengers will always be, because if I'm not mistaken, in the comic books, the Avengers was became like the super group. A lot of X-Men became Avengers, and whatnot. So maybe the Avengers will always be the movie that brings everybody together. Like half of the Avengers in Avengers Part 10 will be X-Men. Of like
Yeah.
30 actors in there, like half of them are X-Men, half of them are, the other Avengers
Well,
and stuff.
kind of like Avengers is the government job of the
Hmm.
good guys,
Yeah.
and the other one's like the private company,
Right.
X-Men. So
Right. I
some of
like
them may
that.
not want to be in the Avengers. They don't want to work for the government.
I just hope they crush it with the casting of with Magneto and Professor X, because I believe both times that they in the original X-Men movie and in the first class casting, I think that
The
those
origins.
were four perfectly cast actors,
Yes,
and
I loved those actors.
yeah,
Like,
all four of
I
them did a
felt so
great
bad
job.
that it didn't go further.
Yeah.
Like,
So I'm looking forward to it. So if it's not Channing Tatum, any before I let you go, any fantasy casting for your two characters, for Rogue and Gambit,
oh
who's
no.
your picks? Anybody?
We,
You,
we were like trying to think of things. It's like it's hard. It's really hard.
Like, yeah, there are so many actors that are exceptional actors, but to play the role of Gambit is just like you think of an actor and like I don't know, I'm just gonna name a few like okay, oh Leonardo DiCaprio. Well, that doesn't really make sense. Or you think of I don't know, Chris Pratt. It's like, no, he's already Star Lord, and you start thinking of all these actors, and it's like, well, no, he's already this character, or I can only see him as this character, or he's too old, this and that. Honestly, for me, I think a no-name actor would be perfect.
a no name actor?
For me,
Yeah, you heard it? the How about for Gambit? Okay, how about let me see if I can pull up a name and see if you guys like it. Timothy Chalamet.
who?
That's the other
Timothy
thing. Knowing
from
who the
Dune.
actors are.
Timothy Chalamet from Dune.
Oh no.
Or Timothy Chalamet from Nightcrawler.
Wonka.
No.
Well, actually, that'd probably be more passable for that.
You
Yeah,
like that?
I could see Nightcrawler.
You like that one better? Okay, all right. Okay,
And
I won't try to
he's like built,
that
because
the
Nightcrawler's got a very like lean look.
lean look.
So,
Yeah, and
and European, so
there you go.
German.
There you go. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you
All right.
for having us.
Thanks. See you later.
Later.
Later.